the basic idea for having a climate museum is that museums have incredible transformational potential. The reason for that is that they're profoundly trusted on the one hand, and also super popular on the other. So museums are consistently ranked as one of the most trustworthy sources of trustworthy sources of information, by the US population. And there's also, guess how many museum visits per year in the United States? This doesn't really work on a Zoom conference, but I want you to have a number in your head and hold on to it. Not visitors per year, but visits per year. That number is 850 million. So if you take the top 20 amusement parks, Disney, Six Flags, etc., and major league sporting events, and add those up, you're not close to 850 million visits per year, visits or games or whatever per year. If you add in national parks visitation, you start to get close, but you're still not at 850 million. So if you take that kind of popularity and the deep trust that museums hold, there's massive transformational power to reach a broader public on any subject that's difficult or complex or abstract. In this case, the climate crisis, where it's obvious, I think, to everyone on the call that we need a massive new wave of climate engagement. And that is our mission. It's to inspire climate action using the interdisciplinary programming possibilities, the tactile, social, emotional programming possibilities that museums present us with. Our target audience is not a classical kind of demographic. It's the people in the United States who are a majority who are freaked out about the climate crisis, but shut down and silent. And here again, I'm going to ask you to hold numbers in your mind. So imagine how many people, guess how many people in the US say they are worried about the climate crisis. That number is 66% as of December of last year. So people generally guess significantly lower than that, because looking at the media, you would often expect that our general population in the United States is less focused on, has had our attention less grabbed by the climate crisis than is in fact the case. I won't dwell on the point that obviously the number 66% should be much higher. Everybody should be deeply worried about the climate crisis, but it's still a significant majority of the US population. Only 9% of us even speak about climate change with any regularity at all. So that leaves 57% of people in the US who are freaked out but shut down on the subject. And there's a lot of reasons to be shut down on it, but one of the biggest ones is just feeling outscaled by the problem. And that's a rational, reasonable feeling. It's much bigger than we are as individuals. So we've got to build a sense of what's called in the research collective efficacy, collective possibility. And to do that, we have to provide pathways into action that feels meaningful, because your action joins you with a community of action that's bigger than yourself. So our work is all about building that sense of collective efficacy, of collective possibility, to reach that 57% of the population that we've learned in the first person through our programming in the last 2.5 years is so eager for these pathways and for this kind of work, that it expresses itself as a kind of hunger. It's really profoundly confirming that more programming like this is necessary.